Greetings to another video. This is the video that I promised you in Mallorca about a bike bag. This is an incredible piece of kit and I'm really excited to share it with you. So, let me start off by saying Post Carico, the company that make and manufacture these bike bags, have sent it out for me to review. However, there was no kind of stipulation of you have to say this, you have to say this. It was literally, if you like it, review it, share it with your audience. If you don't like it, don't review it. But I absolutely loved it. I think it's genius and I think so many of you are really going to like it and enjoy using it. So my bike is currently still in this case, in this bag, and look how small it is. That is, for me, is the main factor that why I absolutely love this bike bag. So I'm just going to get into all the things that I really like about it and show you the features of it and whether it's going to be right for you. So let's just start off by saying how much it costs, because everyone wants to know how much it costs. So it costs $400 or around £300 in the UK. And yeah, it comes in two different sizes. There's a smaller 135 litre, which fits up to a 56 frame bike, and a 150 litre, which fits up to a 62 frame bike. So mine is a 54, so mine fits in the smaller bag. So yeah, I was really surprised when I first got it and opened it, and I was like, how is my bike going to fit in this? It is so small and so compact, but it did, and I'm very impressed with it. So yeah, let me start by saying, like some of the other bikes, you don't have to really dismantle that much. Whereas with this one, you have to take your fork out, which is the main difference. Wheels off, pedals off, rear derailleur off, saddle and seat post out. It's only a couple of extra steps for me, because normally I would take most of those things out anyway. It's only really the fork that's extra. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. Oh, and handlebars, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to show you inside it so you can kind of see how it all fits together and how it all works. Right, so as you can see, frame is there, handlebars are underneath, got my saddle and seat post there, space for shoes, space for saddlebag. I did have clothes in it, but I've taken them out. Yeah, and as you can see, like all this protected the chain, chain stay guard is there. That's covering the crank. And then wheels there, and then the other wheel with the cassette is facing up, it's under there. It's so small and so compact, it's so easy to transport to and from airports. It is tiny, like look how small that is. And the other thing that I really like about it is this reinforced handle, so it means that it's really easy to kind of lift and move around. What I found with some of the bike boxes, they just kind of have grooves in to kind of just put your fingers in to kind of lift, and they're just really difficult to kind of manoeuvre around, whereas this is really simple, easy, straightforward, just to lift, chuck in the back of a car, in the back of a taxi, onto a conveyor belt at the airport. It's just so good. And then obviously wheeling it around the airport, I love this. Like, I love the simple things, but everything's been thought about. Like look, it's just got little wheels at the back that are really strong and reinforced, that you can just wheel it around. Makes it walking through the airport so easy and stress-free. So yeah, that's one of the things that I like about that. What else is there to talk about? Okay, one of the really incredible things that I like about this, and it is so genius that someone has thought to do this, it actually turns into a backpack. It's got straps, I'm going to show you in a second. It's got straps in the back so that when you have kind of unpacked, say, for example, say you want to take this to the airport, you would ride your bike to the airport with this bag on your back, rolled up. You get to the airport, you pack your bike, you chuck it on the conveyor belt, you get it sent through. At the other end, when you arrive, you would unpack your bike and you'd roll up the bag and then put it on your back and cycle to your destination. And that is one of the main reasons I think this is genius. It is such a clever idea that you can do that with this. And I know a lot of you will be thinking, well, if you can roll it up, if it's so light, how is it going to protect your frame? Like, how is that going to work? Okay, so around each of the sides, there's like a really thick, I'll show you again, really thick foam reinforced kind of padding. So each side of the case is protected by that, and then the sides are then protected by padding as well, and then your wheels sit at either side of it. The wheels have got specific bags. That's international sign for a wheel. So they've got their own bags, and then in those bags is like a special kind of plasticky, what do you call it? Just like a reinforced part to kind of just cover over your wheels. So yeah, really, really like that. Another thing that I'm a real sucker for when I'm buying stuff is pockets. I absolutely freaking love pockets. If it's got a pocket on it, then I'm like, yes, I like it. And this has been so well thought out. There are pockets for everything that you could possibly need. So within it, there are pockets in the wheel, in the zipped wheel compartment for like skewers. There's also a pocket for your rear derailleur, because obviously that comes off as a little zipped compartment for that. And there's also a larger pocket for tools and accessories and stuff to take there. And I'm just like, that is genius. As well as that, there's also two separate kind of pieces of padding that you would put around your frame. So there's one that goes on like the chainstay, and then also, and that goes around the crank, and then also one that goes on top tube, head tube and down tube. So everything is protected, and I just think it's just genius. It's just such a clever, well thought out idea, and I am so excited to go on so many more trips. Like the idea that I can go on like a long weekend now, like more easily than having to lug around a big bike box. And I think for me it just seems to make it a lot more accessible to be able to go away and go and ride my bike in places maybe I wouldn't have gone. So yeah, very, very impressed with it. There's also a zip on the top, so you can put like passport or I don't know, any little bits and pieces in there on the top. The zips I found, like this zip on the top is not as strong as the main zip. The main zip is a really strong, tough, robust zipper, and there's also like a hole on the zipper to put a padlock through, so it is going to be locked and secured while it's been checked in to the flights. And also another feature of it, and this is going to be different for every single airline, dimensions of it on some airlines will mean that it can be checked in as just checked in baggage rather than as a bike. So for example in the UK, EasyJet, I think their limit for like all the perimeters add up to 275 centimetres, and the 135, I've written it down, let me double check. Yeah, the 135 comes in at 186 and the 150 comes in at 196. So that's going to be under the dimensions of what, for example, EasyJet say is checked in baggage, but it's going to vary. I don't know whether they will let you do it. That's going to be completely different for every different airline. So yeah, there is that potential added bonus to maybe save money on actually transporting your bike on flights. So to round up, I think overall this is an absolute genius design, and I think it's incredible that there are companies out there that are creating products for people like me that want to be able to travel easily with their bikes to different locations. The only little niggle that I have with this is I feel like the bottom, because it's going to be kind of dragged around a little bit and like moved around and thrown on its side and whatever, I feel like on the bottom potentially it would be better to have kind of a thicker, a rubber, more robust fabric rather than it being just like the fabric that's all over, because I can see after maybe 5-10 uses it might get a little bit worn. So I guess that would be my only niggle about it, that I wish it just had some kind of reinforced material on the bottom just to stop it from getting scuffed. But like I say, overall I'm so impressed with it, and I'm so excited to go on more trips. And I think for me it just takes not the stress out of it, but knowing that I can just either chuck it in the back of a regular sized car really easily or kind of wheel it around easily, and it'd be so light that I'm not worrying about being over kind of a weight restriction because of a bike box weighing so much more. So yeah, I mean, different people are going to want different things. Some people want a bike box Alan, people want that hard reinforced case, but for me, like, I think this is genius, really happy, really confident using it, and yeah, I guess that is it from me. I'll leave the link if you want to go and have a quick look at it and if it's something that you're interested in, but yeah, I think they've done a really epic job creating a bike bag. Thumbs up, Post Carico. Trying to ride a bike.